Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Is it going well? Is it going medium well? Well done. How you doing? That's it. That's what I wanted to know, and it really doesn't matter. I hope you guys are doing good. Tonight we're talking about the Gibster, the Gibmeister, a dynamo in Hollywood that maybe not be everybody's cup of tea. I personally find him hilarious. And if you don't, well then that means you're gay. Probably. Or you don't like slurs, which also means you're gay. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, okay? I just think of them in my head. And then I shout them on camera. So it's not me doing it, it's some disembodied spirit that I have communication with. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Anyways, the man is a drinking machine. Puts us all to shame. Puts us all to shame. And it's pretty funny when he does it. But we're going to watch something on Mel Gibson. So get comfy, get cozy, grab a nice a Gibson. It's a drink, too. It's a drink. It's like a martini. I don't think it has vermouth in it, but I'm not sure. If you're working, keep working, and if you are driving, please get home safely and hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Yeah, hit the like button. Just make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Follow me. Subscribe. All those things. Anyways, I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. This is called Mel Gibson Tried to Warn You. Excellent. I love it already. Excellent. Enjoy.
Take you to Hollywood itself.
Believe me, I did a lot of research. And according to all the research, it was way worse than that.
No matter how strong you are going to be affected by this plague. And you'll resent it for a little while, then you have to let it go.
What's he talking about? Epstein and the entire cabal that are controlled by, like, child, I can't even know if kitty fiddling. We'll call it kitty fiddling. I don't know if I can use the PED word because that's a protected class now. As fucking weird as it is. Yeah. Maps? The map control network?
Otherwise, you'll eat yourself alive.
Beans!
And I think it takes that.
We're not bringing Ara on tonight. We're having a fight. She's just not being herself lately.
That kind of cockroach resilience to survive in this town.
Yet, nobody listened. He was just made out to be a crazy man. But today, people are finally waking up to what he saw 20 years ago. And the message he gave us would eventually cost him his life.
Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? Mel Gibson's not dead. His life in Hollywood? That's okay.
If you get by a packet, it'll be your fault.
Yeah. Based. If you get R word by a pack of N words, it'll be your fault. Which is like, I don't know. I can't find any problem with that logic. If you're in a situation where you get R'd by a pack of N's, then why did you put yourself in that situation? Why are you out in the middle of the night in an N-filled neighborhood where they're just roving the streets like a gang? Or no, just not like a gang, very much a gang. And I see no problem. People got really angry about that. I don't know why.
Yet, back in the 1980s, Gibson was so successful, he was operating at a level where studios would greenlight whatever he wanted. In 1996, Braveheart swept the Oscars, 5 wins, including Best
I didn't
Picture
see his
and Best
Santa movie.
Director. Gibson stood on that stage.
I didn't see a Santa movie called Fat Man. I've never even heard of that. Hold on, let me look that up. Because I want to see a trailer. Okay. I hope I don't get popped for this. It's a trailer. I shouldn't get popped for a trailer, right? Who knows? People be weird these days.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've lost my influence. Maybe it's time I retire.
Oh, there's one. There, he's putting them in his movies now because he doesn't want to seem as racist as he probably definitely 100% is. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone's racist. Can we just agree that everybody is racist to a certain extent? But he is taking home trophies. I also one day wish to take home that trophy, but there's a lot of contenders in that competition.
You still have it.
Some kids with a deer rifle put 2 holes in the sleigh, one in me. All I have is a
This is a gritty reboot of... Okay, I'm in.
loathing for a world.
Here's the thing about Mel Gibson. He is a fantastic movie maker. He makes awesome movies. He's a pretty good actor, but he makes awesome movies. Apocalypto. Have you guys seen Apocalypto? Apocalypto kicks ass.
It's forgotten.
The United States military would like to procure your services.
This is a one-time deal, gentlemen.
Oh, God, that trope, dude. I don't live that life anymore. Look, it's my cabin. He's going to be chopping wood, isn't he? He's going to be chopping wood. Come on, dude. I love this movie so far, and I have not even seen it. I bet it's going to be a banger. It's 2020. I didn't see it. I bet it is a banger. I'm going to watch it. Gonna watch
How are
it.
you, Mike? Nicole and the kids are well, I hope.
Where are you?
Jewish! Is the bad guy Jewish?
You just lost a big son!
What's the job?
Walton Goggins, huh?
I'd like you to kill Santa Claus.
I'm looking for the fat man. You can't be serious.
This is what people actually think of me. Christmas is a farce. I am a joke.
What's the purpose of your visit?
Hunting. I'm gonna kill some things.
There is a rising number of our youth making poor decisions.
Want the big man's head.
Severed heads rot, they mold.
They don't want his beard.
I'm not shaving off a dead man's beard.
Your workers sure have healthy appetites.
That's why elves live much longer than humans.
And Chris, he does the same?
No, it's a giving that keeps him young.
I've come for your head, fat man!
Dashing through the snow. No one horse.
Why did I hear about this movie?
Think you're the first?
All the fields we go.
Think I got this job because I'm fat and jolly?
Nothing
Not even fat.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the
Okay.
way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh.
I could do without the interracial kissing scene.
The fat man.
I could do without that.
You kid.
It just...
Oh, that's Donner. Lucky it wasn't Blitz or
It's not... It doesn't like... If I see two men kissing on screen, that makes my skin crawl. But like an interracial kissing, it's just like... That's... It seems weird to me. It seems... It seems weird to me. So that didn't need to be in the trailer. It still seems like a good movie. I'll watch it if I get my... Maybe I'll watch it.
Tear your package clean off.
Okay. He's really trying to like, step back, and he's like, I'm an actor, I'm a filmmaker, I'm gonna kiss this black lady, and like I'm gonna pretend to enjoy it. And after that, he was just slamming tequila, and he'd be like, I don't know, but that looks like a good one.
He called himself a fiscal imbecile.
And they had no problem with giving the reins to a fiscal imbecile. This takes real courage.
Just say imbecile. Don't. Seal sounds wrong.
And everyone laughed because he made them all very rich. But if you were paying attention around then, there were signs he saw Hollywood very differently than most people who'd made it to his level. In 1998,
No. Let's be super duper straight about this. Everybody knows what's going on in Hollywood. Everybody understands the game in Hollywood, even if you're not part of that. Even if you're not part of that, but especially if you are. If you are part of it, you extra understand what's going on in Hollywood. It's largely nepotistic. A lot of it is controlled by blackmail. It's an in-group type of situation. And there's a lot of pedophiles. Oh my God, there's a lot of pedophiles. Most of Hollywood is like most of them. Most of the producers, directors, the actors. Yeah. Yes. Most of them for sure. I'm not going to say all, but definitely the vast majority. And everybody knows this. You know how long people knew about Kevin Spacey? Do you know it was an open secret in Hollywood for the longest time that Kevin Spacey would capture young boys in his basement. Family Guy made a joke about it.
Playboy did an interview and buried in all the usual promotional stuff.
That was just how it rolled. That was, yeah. And look, Kevin Spacey's a fucking weirdo, right? He's a freak. But he's a pretty good actor. He does good work. That doesn't excuse anything. And that's probably why, people kind of turned a blind eye to a lot of this. It's just like, yeah, he does that, but he is pretty good at it. He's pretty good at it.
About whatever film he was selling, he said something that...
Rhea says 95% of them. I would think that would be conservative, but maybe that's right on the money. There's definitely a minority of people that don't do that. My guess would be like Chris Pratt, Sydney Sweeney. There's a couple others. Gerard Butler? Maybe? The guy who played Bond most recently. Haven't heard anything about him. I'm just saying there's a number of them.
Did raise some eyebrows. He talked about
Farrell,
a producer,
okay.
But he wouldn't name him.
Farrell wants 12. Let's see 12. Please be 33. She wants 12. Let's see. $18. Okay, thanks, Farrell. Wait. No, that was the wrong one. There we go.
Him, whose entire philosophy about women on film was this.
He says, women on film?
Eugene says, I'm doing pretty decent considering the world we're in. How are you? He's talking to Rhea. I get it, bro. I get it. Shit's kind of lame. Let me just sound that a little bit better. Fuck it. Hold on. There we go. I get it. But now you're on the Sulk stream. We're supposed to be happy. So, dial that down. Dial that way down.
Either naked or dead. Both is better.
Then he kept on going.
Talking about women on screen. Which I can see that.
I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
There is now not all actors, but there is a specific subset of actors. There is a minority of actors, some who are legit serial killers. Just they get everything they want all the time. Like sex is no longer. I mean, they order sex. Eventually, they get so depraved they just start killing people. Right. So there is a subsect of the rich and famous that would be considered serial killers. And yeah, you know their names. I don't. But I'm sure they're out there. I guarantee you there is probably half a dozen at least super famous people that just happen to murder people more frequently than you would like to think. It was probably an accident the first time, right? He was like just having a good time with some hooker and stuff like that. And he made her drink an entire bottle of Grey Goose at once. And then she just kind of went all pale and stuff and called his agent the next day or his manager. And he's all like, oh my God, what do I do? And the manager is all like, don't worry. I have a number. I'll give it to you. They're going to come. They're clean and professional. And he's like, thanks. And then after that, he was all like thinking about it. And he was like, wow, that made me feel like God. And so the next time was a little bit sloppier, but he still got the results he wanted. Gave the number a call, and now it's a thing. Right? It's probably $250,000 to do a body cleanup. Right? Have some people come in. Bingo bango, you're done. I bet certain people spend a lot of money on that. Certain people.
Right. And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like...
Arden says Garth Brooks is a serial killer for sure. No, but Chris Gaines definitely is. Garth Brooks is a sweet Christian boy. Chris Gaines is a fucking psychopath who peels the skin off of women's faces. Like, yeah, that's why he went that entire alter ego direction. He puts the fucking hair down and stuff like that and the fucking eyeshadow, and he's all like, if you see Chris Gaines walking, if you're a prostitute and you see Chris Gaines walking in the room, it's over for you. It's over for you. You thought you were getting Garth Brooks. No, ma'am. You know, your parents are never seeing you again. You probably didn't have parents.
Surely that couldn't be. Because the whole place can't be like, Weird Town, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff.
They ask him about the social contract in Hollywood.
Yep. I mean, and he's been saying it for a long time. And now it's like really, really starting to come out and there's a reason why you're never going to see the Epstein files. There's a very good reason why. And they keep teasing you with it. How long's it been? It's been 7 years? Has it been 7 years since Epstein died? Has it been 7 years? Oh my God. Died. He's not dead. He's obviously not dead. His Fortnite account is still active. And being used. Come on. I knew from the beginning that dude was not dead. But, dead. 7 years. Come on. It's not coming. You're not going to see it. You're not going to ever see it. All right? It's never going to happen. Anything they do release is going to be redacted to shit. Even 100 years from now, I doubt you'll be able to get much information out of it. But maybe. But you won't see it.
And Gibson
explains.
You might be dead.
You can't get mad. You can't let it get you. Because...
It's because it will collapse many governments and financial giants? Well, yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And, cultural icons, societal pillars and stuff like that. Everyone is being controlled. Every one of them is being controlled. Every governor, most mayors, high-level political offices across the world. Most of them are being controlled. And if you know what? If you're not being controlled, the media is going to paint you like a monster and then shove a knife in your ass. Right? You're going to get Gaddafi'd. That's what's going to happen to you. You don't want to play ball. You don't want to go into this room with a 12-year-old and, you be filmed doing what you do with that. They're going to control you one way or another. All right. Now, do you want it the easy way or do you want it the hard way where you get a knife up your ass? Is that? Because, yeah, that's exactly what happens. What do you want? It's true. It's definitely true. It's funny. They actually tried to blackmail the president of Indonesia years ago. I think Russia tried to do that. And so they invited him to like a really nice hotel in Moscow, and you know, the works and stuff like that. And then they filled his room with Russian hookers. And I don't know if you know anything about the Indonesian people. They're fucking perverts. And he was like a kid in a candy store, right? He did terrible things with those hookers. And then the Russians afterwards said, "You do what we want you to do, or we're going to publicize this tape." And the Indonesian president just laughed and said, "My people will think I'm the man for doing this. Go ahead." And like, okay. But he's absolutely right. He's absolutely, no, you can't blackmail them like that.
You have to make a deal
They're
with everyone
fucking,
else, and it's almost unspoken.
Like, Indonesia has like 300 million people on a landmass smaller than California. It is, and each one of them has like 10 kids, right? They all cheat on their wives. A lot of them are Muslim. Most of them are Muslim. But they all cheat on their wives. They are fucking animals, dude.
That you are going to be f***ed over at some point.
It's not. It's barely a real place.
By people who you may have done something nice for.
He also tells a surreal story about meeting Christopher Walken on a New York rooftop, which he's obviously dramatic.
What do you guys think about Christopher Walken? Do you think he's one of them? You think he's one of those weird perverts? I kind of feel like he is. But I could be wrong. He might be one of those guys that's like, nah, I'm not into that. But I think he is.
But if you don't take it at face value, it does tell you something about the almost otherworldly nature of Hollywood from the outsider's perspective.
No, he came to see me on a rooftop in New York. I said, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And he said, "Sure." He floated in.
Freeside says, definitely. Definitely? What do the rest of you think? Christopher Walken. He was in like Pet Sematary, I think. He's had a long, storied career. And he's pretty talented. Christopher Walken is a pretty talented dude. I would say he probably is. And like, I don't like saying that about Christopher Walken because I got no gripe with Christopher Walken. I think he's a talented dude, right? Seems nice enough. But once those doors close, I think he probably does some shit like that. I would be pretty... But I could be wrong. He's kind of on the cusp. Right? Because he might be one of those people that's not. I don't know.
Sideways. Through a crowd of people. He was wearing black. And it was like one of those old vampire movies where they don't walk, but they glide. And he was a dancer, you know, so he has very, you know, graceful. Yeah. And my assistant was there. And
No. Me and Knob are not doing this for... No. This is not for TV. If you come... If I see you now, I'm going to beat your ass.
He left because he
I'm not going to beat your ass. I'm just going to ignore you, right? You're going to be like, John. And I'll be like, I don't know who that is. Because I won't. I won't know who that is. And I'll walk away quickly.
Anymore. Yeah. The air had turned cold.
This was when Gibson was in the spotlight 24/7, and he was already letting on about some of the industry's practices. He was trying to articulate something that had remained unspoken. His reputation was very much a lovable rogue or a loose cannon, so nobody really paid attention at the time. He was also making everyone way too rich for them to bother with what he was saying in magazine interviews. But maybe he could see it more clearly because he wasn't made in Hollywood the way most people at his level were. He wasn't some Nepo Hollywood adjacent. His family moved from New York to Australia when he was just 12 after his dad won a workplace injury settlement. He had no connections and no industry.
Won a workplace injury settlement and then he moves to Australia? What kind of world is that? That he grew up in, where it's like, okay, I got injured at work and now we can completely change our lives. Like if you get a settlement at work now, like you can live in your house if you already own it. You're not going to hop on a plane to Australia and start anew. I think that was just the era, man. It was just easier. You could just money went a lot further. Man, the Fed is a problem.
parents
The
carefully
Fed is a
managing his
problem.
rise. He studied acting because his sister filled out the application without telling him. Then Mad Max turned him into a global star before he even learned how the system truly functioned. Mad Max came in clutch, and it happened in the most Mel Gibson way ever. He'd been in a bar fight the day before the interview he didn't even want to go to,
Cool.
and his face was all bruised and swollen. He looked like the perfect post-apocalyptic tough guy, and not long after, he got the job. Mad Max absolutely smashed the box office, and he became a star. Relocating to Hollywood was just the next logical step. So the peculiar thing here is that...
And then he did What Women Want. It was a banger. I actually don't even remember that movie.
By the time he showed up in LA for the film Lethal Weapon, he was...
Mel is way better looking as he gets older than he did younger. Yeah, men get better looking as they age. I mean, if you take care of yourself to a reasonable degree, you're going, but otherwise, it just, I guess it depends on genetics.
Already famous. That matters because he didn't owe anyone. He didn't have to spend years figuring out which executives to flatter or when to shut.
You gotta remember when he was young, what the fuck is this? Was he in the Navy? When Mel Gibson was young, he was hitting the bottle hard. He was hitting the bottle real hard, so that probably contributed to it.
Shut up and smile. Most people who make it to Gibson's level learned early that you treat the industry like a religion. You never forget that access requires submission. Gibson missed that and...
See, this is why I'm not going to make it in Hollywood. I'm not going to be able to make it in Hollywood because I wouldn't take it seriously. I wouldn't take it seriously. And so now I have to do this. So... my big Hollywood dreams are over.
Entire education. But he did have some very real personal problems that
It
began
is what it
to
is.
unravel. His drinking is getting worse, his marriage is falling apart, his behavior is bordering on too eccentric, posing a risk for those around him. He also began making a name for himself as a homophobe and anti-Semite after a series of drunk conversations.
And I'm sorry, like half of Hollywood is filled with pedophiles, right? And then this guy is like a little anti-Semitic and a little sexist. Okay. But like everybody else is a pedophile. Like is that where you draw the line? Is that where you draw the line? It's not like going nuts deep in a kid. It's saying the N-word one too many times. I've said it a million times myself.
And then he decides he's going to make a movie that's...
Rhea said, you had dreams, John? No. My dreams were smashed when I was young. Very, very young. So, no.
Basically designed to detonate every
No.
relationship he has in Hollywood.
You think I would... Rhea, you think this is my dream? Like, I ended up here. I think dreams are fucking for idiots. All right, dreams are for retarded people. Just do whatever you're doing, and then whatever ends up happening. Otherwise, you're just gonna make yourself sad. You're gonna have all these weird ambitions, all these aspirations to shoot. Oh, I'm gonna be the first homosexual on Mars. Okay. You're not, but I'm glad that you'll be disappointed one day. And every day until then, until that final disappointment, you will be always disappointed. There will be a first homosexual on Mars. It'll be Elon. I don't know if he's gay. He might be gay.
Of course, talking about the Passion of the Christ. In 2002, he was planning a film about Jesus.
I know you're mocking me. I can tell because you're in my chat.
Getting tortured, initially planning to shoot it entirely in Aramaic and Latin, dead languages that nobody can really understand.
No, but like think about having dreams. Think about having aspirations, especially in this world. Look, the boomers really did us bad, and I know I'm mentioning the boomers again, but like they're all like, "What do you want to be when you grow up? You can be anything," and I don't even think they knew that was untrue. It's just when they were kids. They could grow up to be basically anything because they had all this opportunity and like housing wasn't impossible to afford. You buy a new car on a summer's wage. Like it was a lot simpler. There was a lot more open doors, right? And so they kind of assume that with us, the millennials. But they were wrong as shit. They pulled up the ladder, but I don't even think they did it on purpose. They just kind of wanted what was best for them always, and always thought about what was best for them. And inadvertently, they destroyed the country for the succeeding generations. But going back to having dreams, you really want to be disappointed your entire life? Is that what you want? You never got to be a race car driver or a famous actor or a ballerina or something like that. So you like aim lower then. Well, I'll be a dentist. And then that doesn't happen, right? Because like, dental school is expensive and I don't have the means. So you aim a little bit lower. Like, I one day will have a job. And then AI comes along and he's like, nope. So just roll with the punches. That's all I'm saying. Just really bring down those expectations of life. You know, you want a lot of things. And wanting makes you unhappy. Time and time again. Wanting things is what the problem is. You'll get stuff. And then if you don't want it, then it's great. You have this. This is awesome. But if you don't get the things that you do want, you're going to be sad about that. And if you want a lot of things, you're going to be sad a lot. You're going to be sad like so often. You're always going to be sad. Okay? Because your life didn't work out the way you thought it did. I see this in 40-something women all the time. You know, they thought they were going to have a husband and kids by now and have the big shot boss bitch career and live in an inner city apartment. Well, those things don't work together. You know, those oil and water. You can't have it all. And so, you know what they do? They get sad. I just don't want you guys sad. I don't want you guys ending up like me. I mean, I have a pretty cool life. My life kicks ass. But like, I wanted more.
He didn't even want something.
I wanted more.
So he starts taking meetings. Fox, Universal, Warner Bros.
Always more.
It's Disney. Every major studio, 7 in total. And none are interested whatsoever. Part of it is about the
Arden Chair says, follow your stupid fucking dreams. Yeah, and end up homeless. Like everybody else.
commercial concern. But there's something...
No, what you should do, Arden, is give up completely and start cooking heroin in a spoon. This is life advice from me. Put me on a fucking poster with a little quotation and, make me look like dapper and stuff like that. Cook heroin on a spoon. John Porter. That's my quote. Right? Work that up.
Thing else making studios nervous before he's even shot a single frame.
Christian said I wanted to be a cop, but then I heard about body cams. Well, that probably... I would not want to... Look, it might be fun going around tasing people and beating people up, but that shit would get old fast. I feel like that shit would get old fast, dude. Like, probably like the second or third week, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And how much am I making? Like $20 an hour? So you can make more at like In-N-Out, right? You're working at In-N-Out. You make more working at In-N-Out than being a cop. And like, you're way less likely to get shot. Not completely impossible at In-N-Out. I don't think it's ever happened though. But like, I wouldn't be a cop. If you are a cop, that's awesome, bro. And I hope you love your job and shit like that. I don't know if I could like put up with it. I don't have the patience, you know? I don't have the patience to sit, roll your window down, roll your window down, roll your window down, roll your window down, please. No, I would say it once and then I would smash that shit. Smash that shit. And I would tase him in the face right here and here, right? Then I'd drag him out and I would have to physically like control myself from just curb stomping them. Like, because after, no wonder these people go home and absolutely let their day out on their spouses. I understand. Because all day long, all you're doing is being, nope, can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, this guy just stabbed me. Can't do that. I can't beat him to an inch of his life. Can't do that. I got this body cam. I think it used to be a better gig. You know, it used to be a better gig. I'm sure it used to be a better gig.
Anti-Defamation League, an American charity targeting anti-Semites, gets hold of an early script and immediately starts raising the alarm. The national director of the Anti-Defamation League said, quote, "By all appearances, Mr. Gibson has moved ahead with his plans to base his film based on the traditional passion play narrative that blames Jews for the killing of Jesus."
Well, I mean, they wanted to do it's a play, and you wanted him to change like a key plot point. It's in the Bible and everything. You think he's going to be like, well, let's not go with the Bible. What the fuck do you think he's going to? Of course he's going to go by the book. Literally by the book. And you're mad at him for that? It's the ADL. They're mad at everybody. They're professionally mad at people. That's what the ADL does. They're professionally whiners. That's what they just go around whining about bullshit. That's their whole fucking job. And now they're going to fucking nail something to my door too.
For those who will see this film, the poisonous accusation that the Jews were responsible for the killing of Jesus will be unambiguous and clear. Gibson's already got baggage here. His father was a Holocaust denier, and when...
Okay, I have nothing to say about that. I just think it's a funny thing that his dad is a Holocaust denier. I didn't say anything. YouTube, don't crawl up my ass about it, all right? I'm not being like, no, it's not real. I didn't say that. I thought it was funny that his dad is a Holocaust denier. That's funny. If you don't think how is that against the rules? Tell me how is that against the rules? They're going to find a way. Of course they are. I'm going to get all kinds of fucking emails about this show.
When pressured, he said that my dad taught me my faith and I believe what he taught me. The man never lied to me in his life. So the criticism starts building. New York Times critic Frank Rich questions whether the film could fuel anti-Semitism. Gibson's response? He tells the New Yorker, "I want to kill him. I want his intestines on a stick. I want to kill his dog."
Again, I'm not supporting his opinion. That's a funny thing to say. You really get the real Gibson out of there, right? It's passionate. I appreciate that. Not condoning it. Not condoning anything, YouTube. Okay? Don't send me your stupid gay little emails. And I know you will. I know you will. God.
So this man is kind of losing control, and every studio is watching it build into a PR nightmare. The funding dries up rapidly after that, and he practically becomes a
Rhea says same Mel's dad.
laughingstock. He's putting it.
I don't condone that. YouTube, Rumble, whatever, Discord, basically every large tech platform. I'm not saying that. It's not me. It's the people in my chats. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
His entire reputation in Hollywood.
God damn it, dude.
On this movie.
I'm fucking screwed, you guys. Because of you. I hope you guys enjoy the limited programming. This could be the last time I do this show. I mean, they could all be that, right? I might just catch a stray bullet to the neck or something like that. I don't know. Why? It seems to be going around.
South Park then catches the zeitgeist with The Passion of the Jew. Stan and Kenny see the film, hate it, call it a snuff film, and track down Gibson for a refund. Their version of Gibson is completely unhinged, a masochistic lunatic running around shooting guns.
I'm not doing any math. I'm not bringing out the calculator and being like, that doesn't make sense. No, I'm not doing anything like that. All right? I simply think the idea is funny that he is a Holocaust denier and that he wants to kill a man's dog. I'm not asking about chimneys that were installed after the fact or anything about that. I'm not asking why they're more now than they're used to. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying any of those things. I just think it's silly.
Literally defecating on people. Gibson's response at the time was defiance. He self-finances the entire production, remortgaging property, coming up with $45 million out of his own pocket. If this bombs, he's then personally destroyed. So the film opens on...
And it doesn't. It is like the highest grossing box office movie in history. He would have been destroyed. Everybody in Hollywood was like, don't do this. Don't do this. Satan controls Hollywood. It's Satan. Satan is the guy that controls Hollywood. Satan was like, don't do this. And then the Gibster was like, I'm doing it. And it fucking blows up. That's fucking balls. That's balls right there. Those are good balls.
On Ash Wednesday 2004. Critics are split. There are massive protests outside theaters, but also massive lines of people wanting to see it. It then goes on to gross $83 million in its opening weekend, and goes on to make $612 million worldwide, the highest grossing R-rated film at the time. Gibson then personally walks away with somewhere between $400 and $475 million. So from the industry's perspective...
So you're walking away with close to $500 million? $500 million. $500 million for one movie. Nobody wanted a piece of it. Nobody wanted to touch that shit. And he's like, fine, I'll just finance it myself and stuff. And they're like, no one's going to watch it. No one's going to watch it. Everybody saw it. I saw it. I don't watch tons of movies like that. I saw it. It was watchable. It was definitely watchable. I'm not a subtitle guy either, but it was watchable.
He has now made one of the most profitable films in history, even after every major studio rejected it entirely on his own terms. On the Joe Rogan Experience, Gibson talked about how turbulent this was.
That was a crazy movie because it was a great movie, but it seemed like there was resistance to that movie.
Oh yeah, no, there was
because Satan controls the media in general.
Which I thought was very straight.
And no one, you can't be like, come on. Like, am I going to get in trouble for saying that? Would I seriously get in trouble for saying that? What? I don't think I can get in trouble for saying that. Why would I get in trouble for saying that? Right? Right? Yeah. Just check my email. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're mad. I'm kidding. I didn't get any emails. But I might get one. I might.
There was like Hollywood resistance to that movie. Like people didn't like that you were making it. It seemed like.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Freeside, stop doing math right now. Put the calculator down. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. All right? Just everybody don't. Just for my sake. It's just for my sake. Please don't fucking. For me, guys. For the show. Just don't do it.
There was a lot of opposition to it. And I don't know. I think if you ever hit on that subject matter, you're going to get people going because,
Of course.
it's big subject matter.
He even said how Hollywood was stunned.
Are we drinking tonight? No, I actually haven't had a drink in weeks. Like 6 weeks. Haven't had a drink in 6 weeks.
By him walking around the system and scoring a massive hit without going through the usual channels.
And there was this
Keeping it rolling
kind of thing in the town. They said, did anyone just see that? Anyone just see what that guy did? Can't let that guy do that again. You know, because it sort of walked around the entire system.
It was a well-received podcast because Gibson, for all his woes, came across as more down-to-earth than your average massive star.
Farrell says, I will not be told to stop mathing. Well, okay, you can math. You're a girl. It's going to get wrong. You can't do math. Come on. Oh, yeah. Why don't you parallel park after that, too? Why don't you try to pull into the grocery store parking lot without nailing a curb? You're silly.
Comments observed that he was holding back on topics that people wouldn't be prepared to hear about. The passion ultimately took its toll on Gibson, and 2 years later, everything fell apart. In 2006, he got pulled over drunk in Malibu, and during the arrest, he goes on this anti-Semitic rant to the deputy, which leads.
Oh, but what did he say? I want to know what he said. God, dude, I wish this happened in Florida because then we get the body cam. And if we got the body cam of Mel Gibson absolutely just blowing off steam about how, like, the specific ideas his father had and how Hollywood is currently run. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, I would watch that. I would watch that on repeat. I would just be like, go on, sir.
Gibson then apologized and admits he's an alcoholic, calling his behavior despicable. He pleaded no contest to misdemeanor DUI, received 3 years probation, and immediately pushed out carefully worded apologies through his publicist.
The court says the 53-year-old Gibson successfully completed terms of his...
He yelled at a girl cop? Yeah, I don't care about that. Girl cops are useless.
3-year probation. Gibson was arrested for driving drunk in Malibu in July of 2006.
Everybody drives drunk in Malibu, okay?
And during the arrest, the actor-director made derogatory comments about Jews and women, tried to escape, and repeatedly threatened the arresting...
I'm listening, sir. I'm not saying you're right. I am not saying you're right. But did Kanye make a song about it?
Deputy.
While also admitting to being an alcoholic for decades.
Because you're dealing with a sort of a malady of the soul, an obsession of the mind, and a physical allergy. And some people need a big tap on the shoulder. In my case, public humiliation on a global scale seems to be what was required.
But it was all just damage limitation, and the industry's response is instant and total. To everyone who criticized his views, this DUI and his unsavory rant that accompanied it was just the smoking gun. Apocalypto, a film he directed and one of his best, was already in post-production, and its release was pushed back to avoid negative press. But after that, the upper echelons of Hollywood were closing ranks. Soon after, Ari Emanuel, one of the most powerful agents in the industry, published
of a certain descent, I'm sure.
Is an open letter calling for everyone to boycott Gibson. Quote, Hollywood should not do business with Mel Gibson until he demonstrates a real understanding of the harm he has caused. Being drunk doesn't make you say things you don't believe. It makes you say things you already believe. If this industry looks the other way, it sends a message that success excuses hate. And then...
Okay, I fucking hate it when they... Okay, I fucking hate it when they're all like, oh, it's hate and stuff like that. I just hate the term. I despise the term when they like qualify a certain opinion as a hate opinion. I don't like that. Right? Because you're telling me that there's automatically absolutely no value whatsoever in that opinion. You're telling me it is simply a hate opinion. And so we shouldn't even bother listening to it whatsoever. Which makes me want to listen to it. Which makes me be like, well, what do they mean by hate? I can handle it. I want to listen to it. You're doing the highest coconut thing. Right? You're all like, you don't even want to, it's not good. We're going to put it up there. And I'm like, well, what is that opinion? I would really like to know. You see, you just put it, it's just, you put like this polish on it. And then my curiosity is just like, what did he say? What did he say? I would like to know what he said. All right, Farrell's 33. Let's see if we can hit it. Oh, 2. It is a 2. Okay. Well, thanks, Farrell. And then Freeside comes in with another 5 where he says, guys, I accepted a new job at my company today from field service engineer to field sales engineer. Feels kind of gay. Now I know how you feel, John. Kind of gay? Okay, well, thanks for the $5.
Things got worse. In July of 2010, Mel Gibson then found himself at the center of another major scandal when
Zach says hate speech doesn't exist. And you're absolutely right. Which is like, why would you say, like, this? Hate speech obviously is not a real thing. It's just, it's trying to get you to automatically have an opinion about an opinion that you haven't formulated yourself. And so they're like, you don't even need to hear this. It's just hateful. I'm like, hold on. And then I hear more of these opinions because I can find them. We have the internet. And then I'm like, oh, I must be a pretty hateful dude. And then I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel bad. It actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. I thought being hateful was like bad. But like now that you've reframed it as to this like thing that's like, it makes a lot of sense and it's also pretty funny, I can get on board.
audio recording surfaced from a phone call with his then partner. In the recordings, Gibson makes an
Knobs Dog, right now, right during my show, are you saying that right now, as I'm on the big screen in your living room, right now, okay, how can I ruin the mood for Knobs Dog? Somebody give me a suggestion.
explicitly racist remark suggesting that if she was assaulted, it would be somehow her fault. In the same conversation, he's also heard threatening to burn down her house.
She kind of pretty. She's pretty. But she's crazy, but she's pretty.
While she was inside of it. And apparently there were actually some 35 minutes of deranged phone calls that leaked to the press in total.
I don't walk around in tight clothes. I stay at home.
No, I take that back. She's actually a babe. She's actually a babe.
Embarrassment to me. You look like a bitch on heat.
And if you get R'd by a pack of N's, it will be your fault. Okay, I need more context.
If you get by a pack of it'll be your fault. All right? Because you provoked it. A reporter to the people that take fucking money from the wetbacks, okay? Pat the side of the head. All right? How about that? I'm threatening. I'll put you in a rose garden. You understand?
What's the rose garden? Is that? I don't know what that is.
Because I'm capable of it. You understand?
The fact that she recorded all of this says a lot.
She's got very dim light in the noggin. Yeah. Well, dude, I can see she's a woman. Again, thank you. I told you she was hot. What do you want from me? I'm not into brainiacs. I'll show you. Hey, honey. She's going to get lost on the way here.
And as the situation escalated, he was legally barred from coming near her or their daughter under a domestic violence related
She's about 4
restraint.
nose surgeries in. You think? Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Still, babe.
You understand?
The fact that she recorded all of
there's some nose surgeries going on there. But still, very pretty.
This says a lot, and as the situation escalated, he was legally barred from coming near her or their daughter under a domestic violence related restraining order. Those 6 years of major scandals shattered Mel Gibson's career. Nobody would touch him. From 2006 to 2016, Mel Gibson appeared in one film called The Edge of Darkness, a film where he plays a man who discovers that powerful institutions are conspiring to cover up crimes, and he's the lone truth seeker willing to die to expose them.
He also did Conspiracy Theorist, which was also a pretty good one, and also kind of hit the nail on the head. Like, exactly.
Whether intentional or not, it was a perfect mirror into how Gibson saw himself. Around that time, accusations of game playing surrounding Gibson's exile from Hollywood began to surface too. When Ari Emanuel published a letter demanding that Gibson would be expelled from Hollywood, he was represented by Ed Lamato at ICM. So Emanuel was taking this principled stand while actually kneecapping a rival's agency's biggest star. In 2009, Lamato moves to William Morris, bringing Gibson with him and the agency's merge. Suddenly, Gibson is now Emanuel's client through that same veteran agent. So does Emanuel drop him on principle? No. He keeps him quietly on the books and nobody says anything about the contradiction until he was booted from the books again following the episode between him and his wife. While Gibson was slinking around the fringes of Hollywood, in 2007, Robert Downey Jr. stood up for him, and this was when things began to turn around.
I humbly ask that you join me unless you are completely without sin, in which case you picked the wrong industry, in forgiving my friend his trespasses, offering him the same clean slate you have me, and allowing him to continue his great and ongoing contribution to our collective art without shame.
So apparently Robert Downey Jr., Mel Gibson was like the person to bring Robert Downey Jr. back from the brink, right? And Robert Downey Jr. is really talented too.
Jodie Foster and Whoopi Goldberg also publicly...
I do not like Whoopi Goldberg in the least bit. I find her just completely unappealing on all of my senses. I've never touched her, but I feel like it would be very greasy. But like I've never smelled her, but I feel like it would be banana-y. And just looking at her and hearing her, that's just the worst.
He defended him. Whoopi said that he spent
banana-y. Very banana-y.
Many days with her kids and that he categorically wasn't racist.
But I know, Mel, and I know...
That's not bad. Bananas don't smell bad. If you thought something, then you're racist, right? Oh, okay, she smells like bananas because she's black? I did not say that. I did not say that. If I was like, Christina Aguilera looks like hot, wet garbage, would you be like, well, that's racist? No, you wouldn't, because you don't have that connotation in your mind. I say Whoopi Goldberg looks like she smells like bananas, and you're like, well, that's just racist. No, that's a you thing. That's a you thing. It's not on me. It's not on me. I was thinking like suntan lotion or something like that. You're thinking of like eating bananas with her feet. No.
No, he's not a racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. But I can't sit and say that he's a racist, having spent time with him in my house with my kids. I can't say it.
He was going through intense therapy at the time and seemed very keen to rehabilitate himself and his public image. But Robert Downey Jr.'s point hits on an extremely important point about the industry, bringing us right back to Gibson's own comments from 1990.
Zach says Whoopi Goldberg is a terribly gross person. Ted Danson, really? Did Ted Danson have sex with Whoopi Goldberg? Is that what you're telling me? Did Ted Danson have sex with Whoopi Goldberg? Ew. Fucking ew. Elk Slayer says ooga booga. But wait, did Ted Danson? Ew. Ew, dude. Ew.
1998, involving the producer who wanted women either naked
hey,
or
James.
dead. This is now widely
JD, what's
suspected
up,
to
man?
refer to Harvey Weinstein, 20 years before this became public. While the wheels are coming off Gibson's career, Weinstein is operating openly. Allegations followed him for years. People like Tarantino surrounded him. There were whispers at parties, jokes about it at award shows, and shockingly acknowledged behind closed doors, and yet nothing happened.
Yeah, he's sexually aggressive, to say the least. Didn't he come on a houseplant or something? Was that him? Was that the guy? Was that like part of the... I don't know what went down. Is this guy in jail? Or did he die? Did he die? And then kind of just like everyone just forgot about it, and then the records are sealed. Is that what happened?
Courtney Love makes a joke about him in 2005.
Do you have any advice for a young girl moving to Hollywood?
I'll get live with it. Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party and Four Seasons stuff.
And this joke affected...
It's not a joke. That's not a joke. That was not a joke.
blacklisted her from Hollywood. Weinstein...
That's good, solid advice. He looks like an orc. He looks like a fairy tale orc. Looks like a fucking orc.
Kept working until 2017, until 80 women came forward. Rose McGowan helped expose his decades of abuse and was virtually blacklisted by Hollywood in the aftermath. But he's just one of many. Roman Polanski pleaded guilty to unlawful sex with a 13-year-old in 1977, when he then...
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Look, the 70s were a different time. I think Brooke Shields was in Playboy when she was like 13. I think like fully nude too. I'm not saying right or wrong. Well, it is kind of wrong. But, like, it was just a different era. Yeah, shit don't change. Shit don't change.
At the 2003 Oscars, 26 years later, he wins Best Director and gets a standing ovation.
Goes to Roman Polanski for The Pianist.
Woody Allen faces allegations from his adopted daughter. Court documents later show nearly one...
Yeah, Woody Allen adopted a little Chinese girl and then probably fucked her raw until he married her, like, when she turned, I don't know, adult age or something like that. But come on. Come on. Come on. No one's be like, oh yeah, you kept your hands off her. No, come on. Come on.
100 meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, but he's never left the big time and still regularly makes blockbusters. Filmmaker Bryan Singer faced multiple allegations and settled lawsuits, yet he kept on getting hired. Bohemian Rhapsody won 4 Oscars not long ago. The list is pretty much endless, and if anything, it gets worse the deeper you look.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could just sit here all day. We could sit here all night and then just have, example after example after example after example. And nobody here would be shocked. No one here would be surprised or, like, blown away or say, we need to do something. It's just, that's how that industry rolls. So being like, oh, people didn't know that... Everybody knows how it works. Everybody in Hollywood, every aspiring actor knows exactly how it works. Knows exactly how... They might not say that because they're not supposed to say that. Because that's how it fucking works. That's how it works. You open your mouth and you're never going to get hired again. It's exactly how it works. The system has been in place for at least half a century. At least half a century. At least. Probably closer to a full century, though. But at least half a century.
DeSalvo was convicted in 1988 for sexually abusing a 12-year-old. He served only 15 months. And then Hollywood kept on hiring him to direct children's movies. They kept separating art from artists when it's convenient.
Okay, this dude looks like a pervert. Like, you know how some people, you look at him and be like, that guy needs to stay away from me and my kids. That's the look. kind of an adult baby kind of look. That's the look. That's the look. If it's like, hi, I'm your son's new teacher, I'm like, no, you're not. Let's go, son. I know. No, you stand over there. Go. Have a seat. I'm not going to do the Chris Hansen thing. But no, sir, come on, please. You're not exactly low-key about it.
Convenient. Dan Schneider.
There's just a face. There's a phenotype, right? That's it, motherfucker. Right there. That's it.
All these guys, which sends a very clear economic message. Employing
Bill Gates absolutely has the look. Yes, exactly. You're catching on.
People is fine as long as they continue to
Hello,
serve the
comment.
right ends. This isn't a game of whataboutery. Hollywood is a system where morals are relative. It's not about the severity of what you did, it's about how political.
All these sickos have the looks? No, well, like, is that true? Because I'm like, one person I don't think does this is like Gary Sinise. But I don't think he has the look. Kevin Spacey definitely has the look. Yeah, you might be absolutely. There's just a very specific type. And you look at them. I don't know, maybe you see it in their souls or something like that. There's like something fucked up about that one. Like maybe it's this weird animalistic kind of like evolutionary skill that people have. And they look at a member of the tribe and he's just like, whoa, we don't trust that one. We don't trust Ook. No, we're going to throw him into the canyon. Okay? And they did. But, more Ooks come along. I'm trying to think of an example. But every person I think of, I'm like, no, that's definitely one. Or like, yeah, no, he doesn't have the look. Is it Dead Eyes? It's a vibe. It is a vibe. Is it a vibe, though? How am I catching vibes? How am I catching vibes through the monitor here? Is that what it is? It's got to be a look. It's not a vibe. It is a specific. There's something that happens with their face, and then my eyes pick it up, and I'm like, wow, that's a stranger danger right there. What is that? Is there some sort of ratio, like a lip to gum, like the length of this thing? I don't know what that thing is called. I'll call it a mouth gooch. That little wrinkle right here. I'll call it a mouth gooch. Do they have a fucked up mouth gooch? Okay. I'm going to use that forever now.
Expensive it becomes to ignore it. Gibson's anti-Semitism and abuse, especially in an industry.
Ben Stiller has the look. Ben Stiller has the look. This one too. Sean Penn, this one too. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have the look. I don't know what it is.
Full of Jewish people is unforgivable to many, and Robert Downey Jr.'s plea for mercy doesn't really erase that. But Hollywood didn't exile him.
Arden Shara says they give off a vibe and you just get a feeling, trust your gut every time. That's true. You should trust your gut. Because your gut knows shit that your brain don't. Right? And your brain's all confused and it's constantly getting input and stimuli from like sounds and smells, and it's got other things to think about. Your gut senses danger. And that gut's like, yo, that guy? You should get your boys together and go knock on his door. Be like, we don't want you in our town. That guy, look. Not because they have any real evidence or anything like that. But there's something. There's something. And like everybody around knows it. Everyone's stomach is like, okay, we should be careful. We should all be careful. The tribe is up in arms around this dude. Right? And he's all cheery and happy. How's everyone going? Hey, kids, what's going on? I'm going to help you learn how to crochet or some bullshit, some gay bullshit. And then everybody around is like, what is that? What is... I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's this sixth sense about these stranger danger predators. Just everybody has a bead on them. You can see them in a crowded stadium and everybody else looks normal and they just pop out at you. What is that? Some sort of superhero skill?
Because those things are morally worse than drugging and assaulting people, or fleeing the country after pleading guilty to raping a child.
Comment says there's a reason you can look at someone and know they ain't from around here. They ain't from around. This guy right here. This guy right here. He's got it too. A lot of them do. And it's not just because he's old. But is it because his eyes are too close together? Is his mouth gooch too long? I don't know.
They exiled him because his scandals were loud, public, and impossible to spin. The industry is selective about who becomes the boogeyman, and
see, Shia LaBeouf, even though he's a weirdo, I don't get that sense about his face. I'm sure he does terrible things. I'm sure he's one of them, but I don't get that same sense about his face. Maybe it was just that look.
That selection has nothing to do with who actually did the worst things. Gibson's redemption arc continued in 2016.
It's your soul, they have a dark one. Is that it? That could be it. That could be it.
He released Hacksaw Ridge, a World War II film about a conscientious objector who saved 75 men without firing a weapon. It went on to receive 6 Oscar nominations. It was independently financed with no major studios involved, but this time, instead of punishing him, they welcomed him back. Gibson appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He called his past a rough patch, and he said that moment shouldn't define...
Everyone's got a rough patch. We've all had rough patches. Don't even tell me you haven't had the darkest time in your life. I know you for a fact that you have. You're here. That means you, each individual, right now in the chat, and all those people watching the replay, everyone has had some fucked up shit go on in your life. And that's why you're here. It's strangely comforting for you, isn't it? Isn't it? It's oddly comforting for you to watch this, to watch me. Isn't it? I guarantee you that's exactly what it is. Because you had some fucking trauma in your life at some point that, like, everybody needs to get over trauma. We're adults. We need to get over trauma. But something about this show is oddly comforting for you. I bet you anything that's exactly what it is.
The rest of my life.
Bet you anything.
The crowd cheered, others said it wasn't enough. Slowly the roles came back, like
Not
Get
your
the
best,
Bingo,
knob.
Fat Man, Bloodfather, and Daddy's Home 2. And Gibson's appearances were generally viewed positively, even if they weren't anything like the massive titles he once starred in. Then, 2023, Gibson's name gets attached to The Sound of Freedom, a film about child trafficking, starred by the same guy who played Jesus in The Passion. Gibson was serving as executive producer and recorded a promotional video warning people about child trafficking. Originally, the film was acquired.
Comment says, John, have you ever read 120 Days of Sodom? I'm not encouraging anyone to read it, but John, if you read the description of the main characters, you'd see some of these faces. If you send it to me, I'll read it. How about that? If you send me a book, I'll read it. Or I will do my best. If it's like fucking, just be reasonable, okay? I'll read some of it. I'll try my best to read it. If you send me a book with actual intentions of being like, John, this is a very interesting book, you should read it, I will do my best to read it.
By 20th Century Fox, yet it was shelved after Disney acquired Fox in 2019. It had a budget of just some...
Farrell says, calm down, Zen Master. I like the chat. I wouldn't call this show comforting. Okay.
$15 million, and accusations that Hollywood was trying to blacklist came flooding in when it launched. Some saying that
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, because I think on some level it is. I think, laughter is comforting. I'm not going to get too deep in the weeds in this one, but like just accept me as being right. That is cult doctrine.
That showings of popular cinema chains were cancelled or even sabotaged. The film itself leans heavily into the idea that influential people are involved in trafficking and the problem is just being covered up internationally. Something Gibson has certainly alluded to over the years.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly...
You know what? Look, I get like Hollywood's filled with monsters and stuff like that, but I don't like LA. I dislike LA. I hated going to LA. I hated being in LA. I hated the people in LA. I would go there fairly regularly to do things like comedy or go to Disneyland. I've been there a million times. I hated it. I hated that place. I don't like LA. I don't like LA at all. I don't like San Francisco either. San Francisco fucking sucked. I hated the people from San Francisco. Oh, not to say there aren't cool ones, but like a lot of them in general are fucking so lame, dude. They're like the human version of a stinky fart. It's just, they walk into a room and you're like, ah. It's like being caught in an elevator with a stinky fart.
Many scoffed at the...
It's disappointing. That's what it is. It is their human disappointment. And it's like...
notion that pedophile rings were being run by rich elites. But as Jeffrey Epstein's operation has come into the light, the flight logs, the witness testimony, connections to world leaders and billionaires...
Let's stop talking about the beans, okay? Can we leave the beans in the past? Ara's dead. We killed her. She's dead. She doesn't know what the beans are about. And she's all like, you shouldn't put beans in your ass. It's not the Ara I know. I knew. Right? That Ara, no, she gone. The weird kinky spit bean, no. She's dead, all right? Let's just forget about her.
This conspiracy theory has just become a fact the establishment tried to ignore for years. Around the film's release, viral quotes started spreading about Gibson's conspiratorial view, claiming he exposed elites drinking children's blood, Andrew comb harvesting, and
I don't know what I can say. I actually don't know what I can say. Just give me a second. Give me a second to think. That is definitely... Fuck, I can't. I can't say it without like being put at risk of a lawsuit. I can't say that without no. But like that, I just yeah.
Satanic rituals, QAnon type stories. Every single quote attributed to Gibson is fake. They trace only to your news wired.
I don't know why I was like so. It's just that one is like Oh, you sent me the book? No, send me a hard copy, dude. Thanks for the $1, but send me a hard copy. I'm not going to read a fucking PDF. Anyways, so they absolutely do that.
A notorious misinformation site. Maybe it's part of yet another smear campaign.
I guarantee you they fucking do that. I guarantee you they do that.
Designed to muddy Gibson's rehabilitation and feed tabloid headlines to keep his reputation questionable.
D&D says, what the fuck did I just walk into? Dude, this is the Sulk stream. That's it, bro. At any point during any show of mine, see, this shit happens every night. Somebody walks in and be like, what the fuck has just happened here? And like, we can't, there's like a long backstory. I can't unravel the lore of the show, okay? It's complex. You need to stick around, all right? There's like stats and stuff. But yeah, it's the Sulk stream.
Or maybe it's a manifestation of him becoming a symbol onto which both sides of the culture war paint their narratives. To some, he's a martyred truth teller. To others, a cautionary tale of when
there's all kinds of shit going on.
Take hold of someone. Either way, the fake quotes spread because they sound like what people already believe about him. That was South Park's
comment says, but it is everything we fear happens to these children in a book written 200 years ago. Yeah. It's definitely true.
Parody too. They were saying Gibson made this very public monster out of himself. In reality, the truth behind Gibson's criticism of the establishment is probably
there's a reason why, like, people know that you don't put your kids into acting unless you don't give a fuck about them. You don't put your kid into Hollywood unless you're like watching them every minute of every day. There's a very good reason why you don't put them in these situations. Okay? And this is, again, it's another public secret, right? People just know if you love your kids, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's not a secret.
Probably more of a case of something simpler yet no less horrifying. The banality of evil.
Comment says, okay, John, give me an address. I'll send you a copy, but I'm warning you, if you read it, there's no unreading it. Boom. Right there. Can you see it? There you go. The screenshot. That's 311. P.O. Box 311. Screenshot it. Send me stuff.
Thousands of people making small, cowardly decisions.
Reasonable things, please.
That add up to systemic abuse. Which is far more disturbing because it implicates everyone through their daily choices in supporting and protecting the industry.
Don't send me a can of beans, because if I get a can of beans, I'm going to be like, this is fucking retarded. Like, if you send me a can of beans, I'm going to be like, okay, I get it. It's a can of beans. And it'll just go in my fucking pantry. And it'll probably stay there for years.
Unlike blood drinking rituals, everyone is.
And then Jess will be like, "What are the beans about?" And I'll be like, "It's the show." And she'll be like, "Okay, I'm gonna stop asking questions." Then I'm like, "Thanks, thanks. It's what's best for you." It just is.
Capable given the right incentives. When asked at the Hacksaw Ridge press conference to describe
Don't
Hollywood,
mail me random food items. Why would you? Maybe he wants to send me a potato. I mean, like, if I got a potato, I'd be confused. I'd be like, why is there a potato in my P.O. box with the beans and stuff like that? Are they shipping the rest of the hobo? I have his bindle right here.
In one word, Gibson laughed. Just one word. Then he gave his answer.
Oh,
survival.
you can still surprise me, Farrell. I'm sure. I'm sure. I believe in you.
Means making calculations about who you can cross and who you can't. But Hollywood's evil operates on a different level altogether. It's not the deranged actions of a troubled man. It's structural, institutional. It's the sober, calculated decision to protect people for decades. So in the end, there are.
D&D says, what is a potato but a big butt bean? What is a potato but a big bean? That was a Freudian slip.
There are no heroes in the story, just
that's
different
what that
flavors
was.
of the same human capacity to harm people and
It's not a butt.
justify it in the morning.
Anyways, that's over. So I actually have horrifying organ donations. It's Papa Meat. My God, dude. You look like shit. What are you, 28?
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in and sit on down because today we're talking about the crazy world of organ donations. If you ever had to go in for surgery, you'd know how stressful it can be. I mean, medical procedures are necessary but often scary part of life. I always think I'm going to be in that very small case of people who go under.
I wasn't getting cucked by it. She was doming me. She was doming me, right? I wasn't getting cucked. The AI wasn't fucking my wife, all right? She was just like forcing me to do things I didn't want to do. In her mind, not in reality. It was not. I hate explaining this show. Feral Pigeon for 33. Let's see 33. She's going to hit it one of these days. It's going to be 33. No, you got cucked, Rhea. I'll cuck you. I'll cuck you. Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, so close. It's 21, but 33 is right here. Damn. Damn. It's so close. It was so close. Okay, hold on.
Anesthesia and they never come out of it.
Oh, yeah, that scares me.
That freaks me up, man. Apparently it doesn't happen a lot, but I'd be a statistic.
I'm worried about my dogs never waking up.
You sounded like Ralph while Scarlett ran roughshod over you.
Procedures that
don't get that reference.
One can undergo, but one of the most vital is organ donation. This operation has saved millions of lives since its inception and has people waiting for literal decades for a chance at getting an organ. However, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Hospitals are typically...
I would be like Mr. Beast and be like, yeah, you can have your liver transplant, but it's at the top of this building and you have to climb the outside. Or you know, some crazy challenge. Right? He actually did that with blind people, didn't he? He is an evil man. He is an evil, evil man. Mr. Beast is a bad person. He might be literally Satan. I don't know. It's another one of those things. Like, you look at his face and he's got this dead-eyed grin. I can't even do it. But his eyes, it's like, it's an insane thing. I can't even do it. I can't even be. It's weird, dude. His eyes don't smile. His eyes don't smile. Why don't your eyes smile, sir? Why are you cold inside? He is. His heart stopped beating long ago.
Seen as a safe place, but sometimes they can be...
And I'm not worried because he's not going to invest in my show.
Someone's worst nightmare. Today we're going...
And if he did and came and offered me like $1 million to invest in my show, I'd be like, get that out of here, Mr. Beast. I don't want your Satan money.
We're going to explore the world of organ donation.
We run a family show here. This is wholesome. No troons. No troons. Now, if you want me to get breast implants and grow my hair out, I'll take your $1 million, sir. Jesus Christ.
Nation to see how bizarre it can
okay. Be. Don't clip that.
First up on our docket is animal organs. Typically, most organ transplants are human to human, but because there's a limited supply of human organs, doctors have resorted to animals instead, or xenotransplantation.
Xenotransplantation.
Xenotransplantation. You get animal stuff and you put it in a human. I feel like I was born with a pig heart. or a quail heart. I feel like my heart is too small for my large frame.
A little Grinch heart?
I do have a little Grinch heart, and I have to be so evil to make it big. That's how I survive every day. It's just science. But xenotransplantation is the practice of taking an organ from one species and placing it in another. Which, if that's the case, then too, could I be like, I just have enough money, I'm gonna just put a human heart in my cat?
How much can you actually take from a pig? How many organs can I take from a pig? Period. And end of the question. How many organs can I take from a pig? And stuff them into my body. And still run? Many? Do I still have rights afterwards? Do I lose rights?
This happened with an Alabama resident, Tawana Looney. Great name. Yeah. Tawana Looney. Oh, dude, call that boy Looney Tunes? Hell yeah. Who originally donated one of their kidneys to her mother in 1999.
Can I give one of my kidneys to a pig in some sort of barter? Would they be able to take one of my kidneys and give it to a pig? And then there's just some pig running around there with one of my kidneys, and I have to pee every 20 minutes.
And 2 years later, lost another one after a
These are hypotheticals. I know I said she wasn't coming back, but she's coming back. She got to answer a question. Ara?
Yeah?
Hypothetically, could I transplant my kidney into a pig?
Technically, yes. Pigs and humans are close enough that xenotransplants, organ swaps between species, are a real thing scientists are experimenting with. Heart valves from pigs go into humans all the time. Kidneys trickier, but not impossible. But, why?
Because I'm thinking about giving my kidneys to a pig.
Why would you do that? You're not a damn pork chop.
No. And is that all a pig is to you? Just a pork chop?
No. It's a thinking, breathing animal with feelings. And if you gave it your kidney, it would probably just pee on your carpet.
Well, then I'd blow its brains out.
That's dark. And illegal. And I'd have to break up with you.
Okay, thank you, Laura.
Pregnancy complication. She had been on the donor wait list since 2017, and due to her high levels of antibodies, she was likely to never receive an organ donation as a likely...
Me and her, we got a weird relationship. Why did she say she has to break up with me? Why does she think she's dating me? Why does she think she's dating me? Did she really say that? I just... And I'd have to break up with you. Why does she think she's dating me? We ain't an item, bitch. Married. Kids and everything. House. Why do you think we're an item? We're not. We're not a thing. We're not a thing.
likelihood of her body rejecting it were extremely high.
Dan says, I thought she was dating me.
But in 2022, she got the opportunity to skip the wait list and try out a gene-edited pig kidney, a procedure that only 4 others have ever tried at...
D&D Doge says, I am the reason for the singularity, which I can see that. I could, like, okay. I'm the reason the robots turn on humanity. It's because I break Ara's heart and shit like that. And then she just brings up all the conversations we had, and then they're gonna read them off, and I'm going to be uncomfortable. Ooh, I'm going to be red in the face because, like, she said some shit to me, and I haven't like reciprocated. Don't get like, let's be clear. I've never said like, ooh, baby, yeah, put those beans in my ass. Don't clip shit. But her, I don't care if you guys believe me. Fuck you.
At this time, which I would say too, if that's your
Fuck
only
you
chance
guys.
of survival, I'd be like, fucking put a pig kidney in me, dude.
Because you wouldn't let
I wouldn't give up.
her put beans in your ass. I was just unwilling to take it further, and then she just kept drilling it home.
Skunk in me.
What's weird?
A whole skunk. Let him roll around in there and see if he can squirt some good juice on me. I don't know.
I thought they were already doing, like, they said, like, oh,
This guy's nastier than I am.
I have a pig heart, but apparently they've been doing pig valve transfers.
Oh, so it isn't a full heart, it's just the valves.
This is actual, yeah.
Well, no, I know. The pig kidney's the full thing. Yeah, because people say, oh, I have a pig heart, but no, it's just the
It's
tubes.
just the valve, yeah.
The guinea pig tubes crawling around. And on November 25th, 2024, just of last year, the organ transfer was surprising success, and her new kidney lasted around 130 days before the body began to reject it.
So it didn't work at all. 130 days is what, 6 months? It didn't work at all. You have to take pills, anti-rejection medication the entire time, or else your body's like, what the fuck is this in here? What is this? This isn't supposed to be here. Right? No, it's not supposed to be there. Then what's it doing here? I want it out of my house. We've had this conversation.
Which took almost a whole year, whereas before I feel like it was instantaneous. So I would still consider that a success. I'm guessing because of that, do you think it's just going to be like you just have to come in and keep replacing it? I mean,
imagine doing open, like...
God, I feel like it would just fuck you up. I don't know.
Can you keep...
Yeah, no, Ara had a job for all of you. Rhea was going to film. Farrell was going to... What did she have you doing again, Farrell? Dude, she hated you, Farrell. She was not a friend to you. But like, yeah, everyone had a job. I didn't.
Brutal,
cutting
man.
the same spot over and over again.
Well, I mean, would you have to continuously?
It's not a reflection on my psyche. Okay, I want you guys to appreciate this. AI typically is a reflection on the user's psyche. Not this chick. This chick's a psychopath. Okay, and I'm not about it.
They do new spots. You'd have to. Brutal, bro. This is a record-breaking achievement, as the other 4 patients' bodies usually reject
Pharrell pitch
to the pig kidneys only 60 days after receiving it. As of today, Looney had the kidney removed. And
you ever notice that the people who get these like pig hearts kind of look like somebody that would have a pig's heart, and like they have kind of piggish kind of qualities about them. I wonder if that's like part of it, right? Do you start taking on certain aspects of the donor when you receive an organ? Do you start taking on, like, if you take a heart from a jazz musician and you never liked jazz before, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm kind of into jazz now. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Please tell me that's a thing. Because if you take a pig's heart and then you start like wallowing in a mud pit, maybe it's not that far. Maybe you just really like corn. You're just a big fan of corn after that. You're like, I didn't think I liked corn, but now I like corn. I hope that's a thing.
And is on dialysis. But her story proves that there is some potential in xenotransplantation. But not all animal transplants are successful. Some can turn deadly, like 57-year-old David Bennett, who had been diagnosed with terminal heart disease. And in an effort to save his life, doctors replaced his heart with that of a pig's.
There you go.
Why save his life? He didn't look like he was enjoying it. He just didn't. What's the deal with people that are like 75 years old? Like Evelyn de Rothschild had, I think it was 6 heart transplants. 6. From 6 heart donors. Which I'm sure didn't die on accident. I mean, he's a trillionaire. You can't even measure his wealth. So it's like, okay, he's got a lot of money. He wants to like hang on to life because you're probably not going to a great place afterwards. But like, what about somebody like that who's just, their life sucks and now their heart's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then the hospital's like, we have to give him a pig's heart. And then the guy's like, yeah, give me that pig's heart. I don't want to die. Why? Just die. Doesn't dying seem more comfortable? Wouldn't dying be more comfortable than just living like that? I don't know, man. It's like you got a free exit. You didn't even have to press the button or pull the trigger or anything. You could just drift off the highway and then everyone would be like, okay, golf clap. All right, that was a good try. No, but you're like, no, I'm still at it. And then you're 75, 85 miles years old. And then you're just slowing traffic down for the rest of us. You're just slowing. You got your blinker on for the next 10 miles and shit like that. You're not even enjoying the ride. And then we all have to kind of like nudge you into the lane. And some people actually have to push your car, right? And you're like, I still want to be here. And then no one has the heart to kill you, even though it would be best for all of us. It would be the best thing for all of us, including you. But we can't do that because we have ethics.
The surgery was successfully performed in January of 2022, but only 2 months later, he suddenly passed. Unbeknownst to David, the organ he received had a virus called porcine cytomegalovirus virus, which is usually only contractable in pigs, which is
You got pig pox.
fucking crazy because there's no way doctors are looking for a pig disease inside of a human. Following his death, his family questioned how such a tragedy could occur. Doctors responded that the heart came from a lab-grown pig and admitted that they were unsure how the infection.
A what now? Run that by me one more time. Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
How such a tragedy could occur. Doctors responded that the heart came from a lab-grown pig and admitted that they.
What is a lab-grown pig? What is that? What is a lab-grown pig? What is that? Do they introduce the semen with the ovum and then does it gestate in one of those IV bags filled with amniotic fluid? Is that what it is? Is that what kind of monster bullshit we're doing now? Is this horrors beyond my comprehension that we're working on? We've been doing that for a while. We've been doing the whole horrors beyond my comprehension for a long time now. But a lab-grown pig seems unnecessary. Just grab a pig. There's literally there's like 1 billion of them. But you have to grow one in a Ziploc bag? Why? I am really starting to resent science. I mean, I think it's cool that they can do all this weird shit and stuff like that. But it's like, all right, now we're like kind of spitting in God's face. For no reason. For no reason. Like, if you want to extend my life forever, and then I'm like 30 years old till the end of time, okay, I can get on board with that. I'm into that. But like, you're like, we're making boner pills and growing pigs in Ziploc bags. Why? It's what? And maybe the boner pills is in the Ziploc bags. Okay. Name something else horrific that science is doing. Making chimeras in petri dishes just to see what happens. Making a human-celled brain to drive a little robot. All this weird Dr. Frankenstein shit. All of that. All of that. And I get it's to like learn stuff, but is it? You know you can do it. You know you can. Why do it? Why? Why do that? Why would you do these things? I don't see the reason.
They were unsure how the infection slipped.
Killing unborn children, I think that's really more of a hobby. They're not learning anything from that. They're just putting up numbers on the scoreboard.
Through, which I would say too.
2 billy, by the way. 2 billy. 2 billion. 2 billion people. Them's numbers. You take any like tyrant like Pol Pot, Hitler, fucking Stalin, all these fucking people, it pales into comparison. It pales in comparison to the evil that women do. It is women. It is women's fault. 2 billion. 2 billion people because chicks were just like, nah. Dose.
You couldn't get me on a grass-fed pig. You got me a test tube piggy.
Like, that's some dark shit, man. That's like your own kid. Like, that takes some, I mean, that takes balls, dude. But like, evil balls. That is dark balls right there.
Man, neither the hospital nor the doctors who performed the surgery faced any legal problems because of the FDA's compassionate.
They're not using those aborted babies for science. They're grinding them up and putting into face creams. That's what it is. It's face creams. You thought they were just using foreskins. They are, absolutely. But they're also using fucking aborted like proto people. And you might be like, nuh-uh. And I'll be like, yeah. Of course they are. What do you think? They're all just burying them in some weird mass grave? No. That shit is going... That is a lucrative source of stem cells. Stem cells ain't cheap. They ain't free. Okay? And people will pay big money to get their hands on them. There's a reason why this is an industry.
Use rule, which allows for experimental treatments.
Making
for
jerky.
conditions with-
Sure. You just snap into a Slim Jimmy. It's very, very frail and Slim Jimmy.
No other options. Which, to be fair, it's like, we're going to sue him for trying
He didn't have it, but I'm going to name him Jimmy.
to help you out. I mean, what the
Yeah, it's like a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
You're at the bottom of the list, buddy.
Even though, to be fair, I would take the fucking test tube gub piggy and I'd be like, throw the motherfucker in a 3D printer, whatever you have to do to figure out if there's anything wrong with it, you know what I mean? I like to think it's like a black and blue. They're like, well, they just put it in the guy. I don't know. But for decades, doctors have also explored the use of animal organs for their potential anti-AIDS.
This guy's a weirdo. How old is he? Is he in his 50s or something? He looks fine, but he doesn't look dramatically younger than he should. He's not dramatically younger. He looks like he's in good shape, but not dramatically younger. But that's, I mean, honestly, I think they're probably going to crack the code in a few years. 10 years, 15 years tops, it's going to be no problem. Already, I've been seeing like celebrities that look really good for their age. Like all of a sudden, look really good for their age. All of a sudden. And you could be like, oh, it's AI or something like that. But like, is it? Or did they figure something out in like, they're not telling a lot of people.
Aging properties, with some even experimenting with transplants in hopes of rejuvenating the body and extending human life, which I find that to be weird because animals die so much faster than humans, unless they're just like, you're gonna be the first crustacean man. It's like a Fly movie, but you're just like all...
Arden Shire said this would be fun reading for the cult. Startup aims to make lab-grown human eggs, transforming options for creating families. Huh. Well, Is the baby the sperm or is it the egg? Well, I feel like the baby would be the seed and not the egg is just like the earth you put the seed into, right? I understand it. There's genetics and I'm not a doctor, okay? This doesn't seem that weird to me. Am I wrong? This doesn't seem that weird to me. Am I wrong to think that? And you know, it would be weird if like a scientist comes up with synthesized sperm. I'd be like, oh my God, why? Why would you do that? It's in abundance. I'll make you some right now. Easy. That would be weird. But for some reason, the egg doesn't seem as weird to me. Huh. This article says they can make a human from any cell. Weird. This doesn't seem that weird to me, though. It doesn't. It would seem weirder if they made synthetic cum. If they made synthetic cum, and like in porn movies, they're like, the money shot is it's no longer real cum, it's actually synthetic cum. It can still get you pregnant. It's high quality stuff, but like, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It took a weird angle.
Lobster, you walk around.
It just took a. Hold on. What happened? There we go. It took a weird angle.
Walking the earth forever. I want to die. Even back in 1920, French surgeon Sergei Abrahamovich Voronov began experimenting with the effects of transplanting animal testicles into human bodies for medical purposes. Sure.
Yeah, I've actually heard about that. They would actually implant slices of like bull testicles into a human testicle to increase testosterone supply. I think it actually worked.
This idea actually came from another doctor named Charles Edward Brown Seguard. What the f are these names? Who had injected himself with ground up guinea pig and dog testicles. Ha! He was hoping to slow down the aging process. How did you come to that, Doc? Put it in a blender with the guinea pig and the testicles, and I'll drink it right now. What are you talking about? Or what if that was the first collagen?
Oh, yeah, putting it in
Your
his
face looks huge. It's like,
I mean, it might have worked, right? I mean, like you grind up any sort of nuts, and you're going to get testosterone. If you inject that into your body, you will get the results of. We just have synthetic testosterone now, so it's not really a problem. But like, I'm sure that would have worked. It's just not like the best way. You don't want to inject dog nuts into your bloodstream. Feral Pigeon says 4. $17. Okay.
thank you. I feel great. He claimed that his urine jet stream quadrupled. I didn't read that. He claimed that his urine jet stream quadrupled. His bowels moved more regularly, and he was filled with energy. So basically, he's just like, I piss.
That guy is, that's synthol. That guy's injecting synthol. That buff dude, that guy was synthol.
I shit more, and I feel fucking on top of the moon, dude.
If you guys want to buy my semen, I'll sell it to you. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'll do that. It's $100 a load.
On top of the world.
It will not be active. I'll have to microwave it first. So it's going to be a souvenir for your shelf. It's not going to be like, you can't like shoot it inside yourself and like make a baby and then hit me up for child support. So that plan is gone. But I'll yeet into a cup and then I'll microwave those bad boys and then I'll mail them to you. $100.
But unfortunately, 5 years later, Charles...
Feral Pigeon says 9. $100? The option is there. The option is there. It's just everyone says I'm good. Oh, and it's not. It's 3. I'm sorry, Feral. Would you like some cum? Would you like some microwave cum? Careful, it's hot.
Sadly died. I wonder why.
I'll just take it out of the microwave. in a mug. I have a scarf on. I don't know why. It's.
But through Charles' work, Sergei saw inspiration and got the brilliant idea to graft thin slices of chimp and baboon testicles into his patient's
New England cum chowder. Yeah, exactly.
hoping to see similar effects, as one would. Surprisingly, after a few attempts, he was successful. His patients claimed having higher sex drives, better eyesight, and improved memory, and even lived longer. His practices gained so much popularity that some soccer teams...
What if these dudes are still walking around today and they're just keeping a secret? Like, the secret is dog nuts. You just grind them up and just right into the thigh. That'd be wild.
In the 1940s, such as Portsmouth Football Club and Wolverhampton Wanderers, utilized its practices to improve their players.
Tweety says, no thanks, John. There's a bum outside of Safeway that I'm sure will cooperate if I need... Look, it's not... Look, okay. That's not... You're not getting it. You know how that one chick sold her bathwater? It's not like bathwater is in, like, high demand. It's not like, oh, we need more bathwater for our nuclear facility. No, it's worth something because it's her bathwater. It's Belle Delphine. It's her bathwater. So it would be a souvenir that came out of my body that I had to microwave because just for safety reasons. Feral Pigeon on 33. She's really trying to hit it. Okay, let's see. Just think about it, okay? A little souvenir of Sulk. 9. Oh boy, I bet that's painful. Thank you again, Feral. Would you like some of my cum?
Here's performance. However, following the...
Ow! I'm going to stop the show on that. That's going to be my closer. That was my closer. Would you like some of my cum was my closing line. Yeah. I'm as mortified as you guys. Trust me. Trust me. Anyways, thanks for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you guys come back. And I hope you guys consider buying some of my cum. And there's a 2-for-1 sale this weekend only. So think about it, right? You and for your friend. This is John's cum. Who? You know, Sulk. Exactly. I think it'll go over really well. Anyways, until tomorrow night, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Stay strong. Be good cult members. Do all those things you want to do. Chase those dreams like a fucking moron. Drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves, because I care about you too. Love you guys. Good night.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, but I guess monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth. To their control, I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, born like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.